Hello people, I am Jaby Koay, joined by ACHARA KIRK.
Hi there.
And we're looking at official teaser trailer Gurkha Beneath the Bravery.
Cool.
I don't know what this is. ACHARA suggested that we look at this.
Well, you opened it up, but I have a kind of a link.
I did not open it. This was a tab that's been opened because she opened it.
No, you opened it and I left it open because I was like, ooh, that looks interesting.
Somebody is lying.
That is you.
Usually it's the Brits. Boom. Mic drop. Mic drop again, just for shits and giggles. Shiggles. Okay, so anyway, what?
Oh, you want to hear it now or after?
Yes, now. What? Tell me what.
So my dad was born in India. He was born in Calcutta. And when he was a little baby, they had to leave for reasons. Anywho, they were escorted by a Gurkha to leave. I think they were going somewhere. I can't remember if it was like to Darjeeling or somewhere else or just out of the country. But anyway, they had a Gurkha escort and he told me that the Gurkhas were very fierce warriors, and since then I have been fascinated by them and I'd love to know more. I think they're Nepali.
Yes, we will learn everything in this trailer about the Gurkha warriors. Here we go.
Oh yeah, a famous sword.
Is that your dad?
No, he was a wee baby. Damn. Ooh. Oh, okay. They didn't really tell us a lot.
I feel like I know everything about the Gurkhas now.
Oh, really? Okay. Do you like the weapon?
I don't know anything about anything in this trailer. It was so mysterious. I just saw a dude like on the floor dying, and then another dude like angry, and then another guy was like, it might have been the same dude who was just standing there docile in the middle of a battle happening around him. It was very unclear who and what was where and like what they were fighting. I mean, I imagine that there's some kind of force. I mean, the staple, the cliches, like the Nazis, right? You have this force that's coming in and is causing mayhem or some kind of destruction, wants to take over a certain area or what. I don't know what the opposition is, but they are fighting against whatever that opposition is.
Well, looking at the uniforms and the fact that there's barbed wire and that they're fighting using rifles and bayonets, it looks like World War I. It seems possible, and it's probably true, that Gurkhas probably fought with the British Army during, if not World War I, then World War II.
I couldn't tell if they were on the same side or not.
They were, I think.
That's what I thought. Okay, I'm gonna take back what I said a moment ago. I thought they were on the same side. So when you said you didn't know if they were fighting each other or not, I was confused. You confused me. You confused me just a second ago with that statement because okay, forget it. I am not hearing things properly. I thought you said you weren't sure if they fought each other. And I was like, I thought they were fighting with each other. I mean, like, together.
Oh, okay. I don't know what I said. You know, I say things and I immediately forget them. It's a magical skill I have.
All right, well. I need a trailer because I don't know what's going on. And I don't know, like, who I'm rooting for. It's just a lot of
visuals and music.
Well, it's like war is bad. And it's like, I know that. Why is this story standing apart from other war stories? Like, why do I care about this one? Look, case in point, I know this is going to sound like a ridiculous comparison, but like the Titanic, right? We all know that was messed up. Shit got fucked up, right? hit an iceberg, went down, a bunch of people died. Like, a lot of people. I think it was like 3,000 people died,
yeah,
right?
a lot of people died.
If you just tell a story arbitrarily about the Titanic, you can't have all the stories, right, about 3,000 people. That would be impossible. And so you have these characters you hook into, so you have an emotional hook, and then you're seeing all the people, passerbys, in the story. To me, war movies have to be somewhat similar, the exception being Dunkirk. Like, somehow they managed to make that work.
Yeah. Generally, I feel like war movies, there's like the macro, which is like everything that's going on in history, and then the micro, which is who you're focusing in on, and this like small storyline within the larger storyline.
Right. I mean, even 1917, it's just like this little
Yeah.
thing, right? I'm watching this and I'm going, I'm just a little bit confused, and I don't know. Like, obviously, it's horrible. Like, war is just horrible. And so you need to give me a good reason to sign up to watch what is surely going to be a horrific experience. I don't mean that in a negative way. I mean, like, it's going to be awful with the things you see,
Well,
right?
you hope that it's gonna move you. Like, it should move you in such a way that perhaps you come out feeling like, war is awful. But I think nowadays, because we see so many images of war, of fighting, of violence, I think as an audience, we can become very desensitized to that. And so if there is no emotional hook, like you say,
Yeah.
it's just going to be like, okay, so I just watched a bunch of images of war. I could have just opened up a National Geographic or
Right.
watched the news.
You know, you can get away with this exact trailer if there's a name attached. Like, if at the end it said directed by Steven Spielberg or something, I'm like, I'm gonna sign up for that, because I
Right.
already know what is entailed in a Spielberg film. Well, at least classic Spielberg. Current Spielberg, I don't know. That's why Saving Private Ryan, like, I didn't really see a proper trailer of Saving Private Ryan. I saw random stuff, and then Tom Hanks's face, and then directed by Steven Spielberg. I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm signing up for that.
like, well, yeah.
I need to watch this movie. Whereas here, it feels like it's a smaller budget, smaller scale film, which is fine, but then you really need to hook me emotionally with a character, with this particular person who has this particular thing he's trying to do, you know, or whatever the case may
Yeah,
be.
well, I feel like that's probably what they will explore in the movie. It's just maybe they didn't really show that in the teaser. The guy that, you know, we start looking at in the beginning, who's laying down on the ground, he's probably our protagonist. And I imagine that the whole story is about, you know, what it takes to be a Gurkha, the sacrifices that they have to make. It seems like it's not even their war, you know?
That
It's
needs
like,
to be clear in the trailer.
yeah, it needs to be clear. Like,
Yeah.
it's about honor, it's about sacrifice, it's about being a formidable warrior. They were very valuable to the British Army, but it's not their war. They could have just stayed
Yeah.
out of it. You know
as,
what I mean?
as someone who has no understanding of that aspect of history, I mean, for me to be emotionally engaged and hooked, I need to be
Something.
spoon-fed a little bit more
Yeah.
information, so I know why I should care about what's going on here. I mean, there was beautiful images, but like, you can get that everywhere now, right?
Yeah.
There's so many, especially out of India, there's so many movies with beautiful images in India. That's the thing that drew me in the first place. And so you got to give me a reason beyond that why I'm going to watch it. What's going to set this apart? I actually had no intention of ever watching 1917. The only reason I did is because there's so much buzz about it. And I'm like, all right, fine, I'll go watch it. And then I ended up loving it also. Typically, I'm not signing up to watch a war movie, you know?
No, I mean, war movies are generally not my favorite genre. That, along with like mafia movies, although you've kind of given me an education on mafia films and I've started to enjoy those more. Like, war itself is just so disturbing and horrific that sometimes being made to sit and watch like 2.5 hours or 3 hour long war movie can make me really drained.
Here's another example. I mean, I know that not everyone loves this movie. I personally think it's amazing.
What?
It's American Sniper.
Okay.
Because it's Republican propaganda. I'm not a Republican, but like, I can enjoy a film that's just overtly propaganda like that because it's hilarious. Like, I found it entertaining. There's American sentiment, so there's some patriarchy involved, even though I know we shouldn't have been fighting in that. You know,
You mean patriotism?
I just thought, yeah, see, like, I'm on intermittent fasting, and so...
I was like, the patriarchy? I mean, there's that too.
Yeah, patriotism. I apologize.
Okay.
So, anyway, I'm quickly learning who's the dumb one here. The comments are like, we knew that all along, Jaby.
I thought it was me.
My point is, in the trailer, I was emotionally hooked watching, even though it was Bradley Cooper and Clint Eastwood, two names I'm very familiar with.
Yeah.
and the fact that I auditioned for the movie.
Oh.
I was hooked from the trailer. I thought that it was a very, very good trailer. Whatever they did, I don't remember exactly, but they really dialed into why I should care about the journey of Chris Kyle in the trailer. And so here, I don't know who anybody is.
It's like you're just seeing the climax of what's going to happen in the movie, but you're like, okay, well, how did we get there? And you understand the importance of being a Gurkha. You see the weapon that they use, and there's that significance. But other than that, you're like, okay, well, why should I care?
All that to say is I would be open to checking out a trailer. What I should say is I would be open to looking at a second trailer. If there's an extended trailer giving me more story, more information to buy into, to hook into this character of why I should care about his journey, or even if it's multiple people, like I need to know why I should care. Because like if it's just war, I don't need to watch that. There's a million movies on my shelf I could watch instead of that. So I need to know what is special about this journey. And I'm sure there is something special. It just wasn't communicated to me. Or if it's about what you were saying, the Gurkha history and whatnot, and finding out how they shouldn't have been in this war, and that's fine too. Like, give me something.
Clearly, it's about being a Gurkha. It's a Gurkha beneath the bravery. Because on the outside, Gurkhas are really fierce and they are revered as being very fierce warriors. And maybe it's about what goes on underneath, right? The vulnerability and whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Give me something, like give me some of that. Give me just a little bit so I go, I'm gonna want, okay. You guys, thanks so much for hanging out with us. Check out ACHARA KIRK on the social media. Do subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that bell icon to get notified every time we drop another video. Check out our other reactions, reviews, short films, vlogs, and interviews. I'm Jaby Koay. This is
ACHARA KIRK.
Peace out.